Good evening. It is 6:07 p.m. on May 14th, 2026, and welcome to the Ravenswood City School District School Board meeting. We're so happy to have you all here tonight. You look wonderful. I see smiles all around the room. Thank you for your time. All right, we're gonna get busy and start with this agenda that everyone's excited about. We are on item number 1A, call to order, which I just did when you bring the meeting to order. This is for all the future presidents right here, sitting in my front row. I see you. Okay, now we're moving on to item 1B, roll call. So trustee Tavera,
President.
trustee Nunez,
Present.
trustee Varghese Bloom,
Here.
trustee Latu,
President.
and I myself, trustee Shabamahim, am present. Thank you very much. Moving on to item 1C, approval of the agenda. Trustees, do we have anything we need to change? Any comments, questions regarding the agenda? I know that we're going to pull, I would like to pull item 7A1, which is the meeting minutes from the April 23rd, 2026 regular board meeting. So I believe we have one absence, and so there. Anything else? If not, then I will take a motion to approve the agenda with that amendment.
Through the chair, I move to approve the agenda minus item 7A1.
Thank you so much. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor of approving item 1C, the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Keeping the party going. We are on to item 2A, or public comment from the floor. So trustee Varghese Bloom, do we have any speakers who would like to speak, and just make an announcement to everybody? Let them know.
Yes, so we do have one speaker. If you did want to speak for items that are agendized or not agendized, you do need to fill out this speaker card. And this is the time for items that are not agendized. So we have one speaker, Cynthia Monteroso. And are you speaking in English or Spanish? Okay, and then you would have 2 minutes.
Alrighty, good afternoon. My name is Cynthia Monteroso, and I have a daughter in the 5th grade at Kip Valiant. This is our first year at Kip Valiant, and we transferred over from another charter school because I wanted to see my daughter recover from pandemic learning loss a little bit in a faster pace. Since joining Kip, I have been incredibly pleased with her academic growth, the strong communication between our family and the staff, and the extracurricular opportunities available to the students. In fact, my daughter now proudly says that she wants to become a Kip High School graduate. When we first arrived, she was academically behind, but Kip has gone above and beyond to help her accelerate toward grade level through small group instruction, one-on-one support, and constant checks for understanding, all delivered with genuine care and encouragement. I am proud to say that my daughter is now performing at grade level and is happy to go to school every day. I'm here not only to share my family's experience, but also as a volunteer leader representing many Kip Valiant families. And we are incredibly grateful to be partners with the Ravenswood community and district, and we hope to continue strengthening that partnership. We would love to invite you to meet with a small group of families or attend one of our upcoming community events such as graduation. We will be following up with invitations by email, and we truly hope you will join us and experience our community firsthand. Thank you for your time today.
Okay, we're gonna keep on going if there are no more comments. Trustee, nope, all right. On to item 3, special recognition. So 3A, consideration to approve resolution number 2631, Asian American and Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Month proclamation. So, do you want to introduce it first, and then maybe I'll take a motion, and then they'll read, and then we'll take the vote?
Yes, so we'll have Valeria Miranda come up and give a brief overview of the proclamation. And then, as the board president mentioned, we can do the proclamation after we take the vote.
Okay, perfect.
Or
After we, to get the motion.
to get the motion, yes.
Okay. Good evening, trustees and Superintendent Sudaria. My name is Valeria Miranda, and I currently serve as the DEIB coordinator for Ravenswood. Today, when reviewing the resolution or, connecting with students as to how they felt, a lot of students were asking for more representation and recognition for their own cultures. But what I think is really great is the fact that Ravenswood gives students the opportunity to advocate for themselves in a variety of ways and also keep us accountable. So today we'll be reading a proclamation, but I did want to read this first. During Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we recognize and celebrate the rich histories, cultures, and contributions of AANHPI communities to our nation and our local community. This month is an opportunity to honor the resilience, leadership, and achievement of generations who have helped shape our shared future while reaffirming our commitment to inclusion, equity, and belonging for all. Before we begin, I would also like to recognize a student who will be joining us to read today's proclamation before the board. Thank you for lending your voices to help and honor and celebrate ANHPI Heritage Month. Your participation reflects the importance of uplifting student leadership, representation, and community pride. We would also like to recognize and thank the staff members, the families, especially the families who came and supported their students today, and community members who are joining us today in celebration. Your leadership, support, and continued contributions help strengthen our schools and community, and we are grateful for the many ways you help foster a culture of inclusion, understanding, and belonging. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I will take a motion to approve item 3A, resolution number 26-31.
I'll make a motion to approve item 3A, resolution 2631.
I'll second.
Thank you. And so now we'll proceed with the reading.
One second. You can take the mic off so we can see.
Hi, my name is Tui. I'm in fourth grade and I go to Bay. My name is Fabiola and I go to Bellhaven and I'm in third grade. My name is Jean and I'm in the sixth grade and I go to CCRMS Middle School.
My name is Olfam. I'm in eighth grade and I go to CCRMS.
I am Louisa and I'm in fourth grade and I go to Bellhaven.
Whereas Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month serves as a poignant occasion to honor and acknowledge the profound contributions of Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders to the fabric of the United States history. Whereas the Federal Asian Pacific American Council proudly unveils the theme for the May 2026 observance of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month as Power and Unity, Strengthening Communities Together. And
This month allows us to uplift and recognize a diverse Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander community with people who come from various ethnicities, languages, religions, and cultural backgrounds whose contributions span across diverse fields such as science, technology, arts, politics, and beyond. And we express our heartfelt gratitude to the leaders, families, and all members enriching our schools and community by sharing their unique heritage and culture, including but not limited to community members like Losaline Kofutua and Jasmine Fu at CCRMS, Choru Argawal and Ali Kujiroka from Castania, Kimberly Din and Siasi Ulu Viola from Bellhaven, Jessica Chu and Sarah Feldman from Los Robles, as well Trustee Melike Latu and Trustee Jenny Varghese Bloom. And we underscore the paramount importance of education and awareness in fostering understanding and appreciation of AA and HPI cultural and history, urging our schools and community organizations to continuously integrate AA and HPI heritage into their curriculum and programming. And we draw attention to the persistent issues of discrimination, xenophobia, and other forms of prejudice facing the AA and HPI community and facing the collective efforts required to combat these challenges. And
Whereas we call upon all members of our community to demonstrate solidarity and support the AANHPI community through active engagement and cultural events, support of AANHPI owned businesses, and volunteering in local organizations serving these communities. And
whereas we call upon the Ravenswood City School District to strengthen representation of AA and HPI cultures by expanding culturally inclusive food options and increasing AA and HPI representation among staff. And
now therefore be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Ravenswood City School District proudly proclaims May 2026 as Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. We commit ourselves to promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion within our schools and community, inviting all members to join us in commemorating and honoring the rich and diverse cultures and contributions of the AANHPI community while steadfastly standing against discrimination and prejudice.
thank you.
All those in favor of approving item 3A, this beautiful proclamation, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 5-0. Well done. I just want to say thank you so much for all the bold and brave and beautiful speakers who came here tonight to share this and to read that beautiful proclamation to us, to this crowd. Share a piece of yourselves, your heritage, your legacy with us, your beautiful minds and thoughts. It's always a pleasure when we have students come and families come as well. That's what makes these meetings and the work that we're doing so meaningful and special. And when you're here, it reminds us of that because it's right in our faces. So thank you for being here. And if any trustees or anyone would like to share thoughts, please.
Through the chair, I'll just say, you guys always make me proud. I'm proud to be part of this community and just to be honored to know that the work that we do is seen and heard. And we know, just like our president, Shibome Maheen, said, like, you guys are the next presidents, right? So the work that you guys are doing and that fact that we are, it says power and unity, strengthening communities together. And I know my experience from being here in East Palo Alto and in Bellhaven is that all of our communities work together to make sure we're strong in unity. And that's something that I have felt. And when I think about my own experiences growing up, that's not always what you experience when you don't have people that are similar or around you. And so it's just been a joy to me that even if there aren't a lot of Indians from India here, there are still so many communities and so many things that we all do together that reflect our shared culture. And we bring that into the spaces that we are and into our community and share it with our neighbors. And that's been such a blessing to me and to my family, and my kids who go to Los Robles and are part of different communities, just having that even in their experience going to the middle school and doing the tour and coming home and just telling me like, oh, this was our person and it was so amazing. And just having that kind of experience for my kids is something that I am proud of. And I am proud of seeing all of you here too, representing that and representing your parents and your communities and the places you come from, because it is so important. And when we do that, we are stronger together. And we show other people how to do that well. So I'm just so thankful to be part of this community, the AAPHNI community, and also just the East Palo Alto Bellhaven community, along with the Ravenswood community. So thank you all so much for coming and representing us so well. I'm so proud of you guys.
The chair, Malo Elele, Malo Le Soifua. Welcome, everyone. It is a great privilege to spend this Thursday night with you guys. There's a lot of exciting things going on right now in the community. One of them being BTS is in town. And the second one is that, hey, they're from South Korea, but also that the Crown Princess of Tonga, Sinay Takala Tuguaho, is also here. And so it's a great time to be a Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander and Asian American. And so this month is really important that we get to celebrate our history and our culture. I'm the daughter of two Tongan parents from Tonga. I'm from Mataika Vava'u and Maufanga. And so when I came here, it was really important growing up that I saw people in the positions that I wanted to be in. And I worked really hard. And then I became the first Tongan in East Palo Alto and San Mateo County to get elected. And so what I'm saying is that one day, hopefully, when you guys are old enough, you guys can sit at this chair or sit at the city council chair, or you can be a senator. You can even be the president if you wanted to. And so I want to encourage each and every one of you guys, keep reading, keep trying hard in school. Any way that us board members can support you guys in any way, a lot of the work that we do, you guys don't really see us because we sit behind this table and we make very big decisions on the higher level. But every time we make these decisions, we do these votes, it's because we keep you all at the forefront of our mind, right? Because it's about our young people and you guys getting the best educational experiences that you can. And so we're here not only to support the young people, but we're also here to support your families, as well as our staff and our community. And so I'm so happy that each and every one of you guys have come here. And if you guys ever see me on campus, you'll probably see me tomorrow during the visit. Don't be afraid to come and say hi. I'd love to meet you and get to chat with you guys. So, mahalo.
Okay, well, thank you for those comments. If there are no more, we will transition and ask first, is it okay if we get a picture together? Y'all down for that? All right, let's do a picture. Thank you.
Well, we want to make sure that we're like, because we were cut off on the side. Wait, are we going one by one or are we just doing all of these? I'm camping there Monday at literally Tuesday at midnight. You have to sit in line. It's part of the culture. That's part of the culture. People are lining up. It's fine.
Right, thank you. We are moving on to item 4, we're at updates. So starting with 4A, board member comments. I'm sorry. Trustees, if anyone has comments, please, this is the time to share.
Just a heads up that as the year wraps up, there's a lot of exciting events going on at all the different schools. Whether it's a kindergarten graduation that I was put in charge of for some reason, or a 5th grade or TKs. But there's a lot of commencement opportunities and concerts coming up. I know there's a spring concert next week. So go check it out, see what our students are doing so that you can see firsthand the effects that we are having on students and on families, because they are great to see.
Through the chair, I just want to share another event that's connected to my work, but May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. And so Children's Health Council, if you didn't score tickets to the BTS concert, Children's Health Council is also hosting a teen panel on mental health, youth mental health. So if you're a teen, a parent, or community member and want to hear straight from the teens, please join us. It may be as exciting as BTS. Who knows? Can't guarantee you. It's there.
To the chair, I just want to highlight a few things. One, I saw circulating in our emails, there's a staff survey going out, so just want to promote that for all the staff. Get that breakfast, you know you want it, right? At the end of the, so yes, motivation. But also one of our community partners, College Track, I know we probably won't be there because we have board meeting that night, but they have a community event May 28th. They're launching their class of 2026. So just wanted to shout them out for that event that's happening that night. And yeah.
Thank you for that. Any other comments? I'll also just quickly note that Vice President Latu and myself were able to attend the welcoming ceremony on Monday morning at Cooley Landing for the Crown Princess of Tonga. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you. And so that was a lovely meeting or event to meet the delegation, to see her in person, or to see Her Majesty in person. And I know that they have been all around the city and surrounding areas throughout the week. And then they will also then be visiting with us tomorrow at CCRMS. I know some folks are planning to be there. I know staff are there as well hosting. So thank you so much for doing that on behalf of the districts. And what a way to close out the visit with Ravenswood City School District. I love it. Beautiful. If that's it, we will. Oh, yes. Thank you.
Through the chair, I just want to remind everyone that it's voting season. So don't forget to vote. Yes.
Thank you for that reminder. We are going on to item 4B, Superintendent's Report.
Yes, I just want to extend again appreciation for RTA, CSCA, as this week specifically is CSCA Appreciation Week. And last Wednesday was California Day of the Teacher, as the board had passed the proclamation. I also want to give just a special thanks and shout out to the Ravenswood Education Foundation. As we know, we want to be good stewards of our money. And so we don't spend our state and federal dollars on recognition and appreciations. But we do have a great partner with the foundation to help us extend our gratitude to all of our team members. So, our staff have been gifted with coffee carts as well as lunch. And then members of the foundation have also done special things specifically for each site and the home office. And it's just great to have a partner to be able to just show the love and the respect that our team members deserve. And it's, I thank you, Ref, bottom line. So thank you to the staff and thank you, Ref, for making this, creating conditions that make us feel good about being here. I also want to just acknowledge that we are in our second week of CAS state testing. And sites, I was on the Los Robles Ronald McNair site specifically today while they were testing and just creating the conditions for kiddos to feel successful, confident, and safe. And it's just been really nice to have a serene, calm environment while kiddos are trying to do their very best. So thank you to the teachers and staff for creating those conditions for kiddos to do their very best on the test. And as you mentioned, there's still a lot of things happening at the end of the year. Specifically at the middle school, they're in the tennis team. It's tennis season, and I think they're in the playoffs. And our band, our mariachi band, won first place in Santa Cruz last weekend. And Ofa, who's also in the band, who spoke a piece of the proclamation, is going to be traveling to Universal Studios with her band from CCRMS. And hopefully we can come back with another trophy as we did last year. And also our students at the middle school will be honoring Her Royal Highness, the Crown Princess, as Board President mentioned, as well as other schools celebrating Multicultural Day and AANHPI. So lots going on amidst the testing, summative evaluations. Even though it's the end of the year, we're not slowing down.
And we don't stop.
Yes.
No? Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. We will stop with that item and move on to discussion items. Number 5, we'll start with 5A, school renaming pathway, Cesar Chavez, Ravenswood Middle School reports.
Yes. So I wanted to provide an update to the board. We received direction from the board, the last board meeting, to move forward with pursuing a new name for our middle school. As the name no longer matches our core values in regards to the recent allegations to Cesar Chavez. So we actually have already started our engagement, but before I move on to give you a brief update, I thought maybe it would be important to give a little history of the name of our middle school. And so if you can go to the next slide. So in 1956 through 1980, the school was Kavanaugh School, which then turned into Ravenswood Middle School. So Kavanaugh School opened in 1956, serving a focal point for residents of East Palo Alto at the Bellhaven area. And then in the 1960s through the 80s, the surrounding neighborhood hosted several schools with deep community roots, including connections to historic East Palo Alto Day School, also known as Nairobi Day School. And in 1980, it was renamed Middle School, splitting the campus into a K-5 and middle school campus. And then in 1980 to 2018, Green Oaks Academy operated at the site, and that was the K-5 campus. And in later years, it operated alongside Cesar Chavez Academy, which was the Ravenswood middle school side of the house. And so it became Cesar Chavez Green Oaks Academy, the K-5 being Green Oaks, the middle school side being Cesar Chavez Academy. Green Oaks actually closed June 30th, 2018. And so 2019, Cesar Chavez Academy was grades 6 through 8. And again, it was to honor the Latino labor leader. When the district decided to restructure the middle school to become a comprehensive middle school in 2019, all of the middle school grades of our K-8 schools merged onto this campus. Green Oaks Academy closed. Cesar Chavez Academy became a comprehensive middle school, and it was renamed Ravenswood Middle School. And then, so the 6 different middle school programs merged into the central campus here. And during the transition, we were just referred to as Ravenswood Middle School as we opened up as a brand new comprehensive middle school. Later on, there was concerns from the community, and they expressed the concern of removing Cesar Chavez and thinking that his legacy would be erased. So the school then was renamed after the naming process then as Cesar Chavez Ravenswood Middle School. And so here we are now contemplating the new name for our middle school. And so we've had several community engagements already. And again, the board directed us to be transparent, inclusive, and student-centered, and obviously work within a time-bound engagement process. And so far on the left-hand side are the engagements that have been completed. So we launched the survey April 27th. I held a meeting in person on May 4th for families at the school site. Also a morning session for families and community on May 6th. I joined the lunch that the foundation offered. I joined the lunch with the middle school staff to get their input on May 6th. I held a virtual Zoom on May 7th. We moved our student advisory from the 6th to yesterday, and then also had a follow-up family session in person yesterday. I did not have anyone attend the in-person events, except for yesterday, there was one participant. Most of the engagement has been online, and so I will share with you the survey results. But we do have more engagement opportunities if people want to join me in person. We do have one more virtual session as well, May 19th. And then we obviously have our board meetings where people can also provide input. I haven't received any other emails with recommendations besides the ones that we received before the process even began. But you can see the remaining time engagement opportunities and board meetings that are left. So this slide shows who participated in the summary of the responses. So we've had 124 folks respond as of yesterday. Maybe more responded today. 96 of those were those who participated using the English survey. 28 of those are those who participated using the Spanish survey. At first, I was only looking at about 50 responses until the students responded yesterday during their advisory. And I really appreciate the staff giving the time for students to use their advisory period to share their input. I also had a chance during the week of May 4th, when I was on campus on May 6th, Nicole Sullivan invited me into her class and I had a chance to speak with some of her students. And so you can see the breakdown of the different respondents and their roles. And some of them have multiple roles. So you will see more than 124 respondents because some of them identified as a parent and a community member. So of the 124 responses, clearly the community has preferenced Ravenswood Middle School right now with 39 submissions versus 3 for the next closest ones. Among adult respondents, the preference seems to be nearly unanimous. Respondents across both surveys explicitly cited the risk of naming schools after people. And then the top values that they would like the name to reflect based on the criteria that we have in our board policy, was cultural and historic respect, which had 62 selections, as well as inspiration for students, which had 62. And we also had student voice included there, obviously, of the 124, 70 of our students made up that total. And they primarily have completed the survey during their student advisory yesterday. They had some interesting responses. Some of them were peer influence. There were some who named themselves. And then there was actually several that said maybe it should be named after Omar's kingdom. After Dr. Omar Curry, who is our standing acting principal. So he clearly has influence on the students. But this is what we have now. We have 10 engagements, more than 10 engagements. We have 5 remaining. And we hope to get some more inputs, and we'll share more at the May 28th board meeting. Our goal is to give you a recommendation to consider on June 11th for the public to give input on, and then the vote, we move the date back to June 18th. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Superintendent. Okay, so this is just a discussion topic for tonight. Thank you for giving us the schedule for ongoing conversations and ways to give feedback, and just reminding folks to please take the survey, come to meetings, have meetings with us on the side, have some coffee. We'd love to get your input. So this is perhaps the second or third meeting where we've had this.
This has been the
second regular board meeting where we've had this on the agenda. So just putting that out for the record. Trustees, if you have any comments about what Superintendent just presented, please.
To the chair, Gina, has there been outreach towards the city?
Yes, we actually are very grateful. I sent the engagement documents to the city, and they included it in their newsletter as well. We've also pushed it out through our Parent Square. We can also, through my Monday memos internally as well. We also put it on our social media.
In regards to the city, did we send that notification to the city clerk or to the city manager?
Manager and clerk, and also the mayor.
Okay, good.
And also,
Yeah, I received it the next
City of
day.
East Palo Alto.
It was like the newsletter. It was in there, linked in there.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure that our council members don't write paragraphs online. There was a lack of transparency through the process.
yeah, and I actually received gratitude from the mayor, just us having a transparent process as well.
Awesome.
Trustee Favela, are you gonna say something?
Yeah, well, thank you for keeping us on track. I think we agreed to something that's very rigorous, and the hopes that we get as much community input. So I just want to thank you for that, and attending all those and hosting those and being part of those. And for everyone who has participated and will participate, again, it's the continued, I think the goal, again, the invitation to have a seat at the table and to know that their opinions and voices matter. So I think the biggest thing was just continue to, I just wanted to echo that, have our community continue to participate and make their voices known and heard throughout this process, because we want to hear it, and excited by what's the numbers, but what would like to see more. And excited for the June 11th hearing session. So, yeah.
Okay, and it looks like we've got a yellow speaker card over there through Trustee Varghese Bloom.
Yes, we have one speaker, Ms. Nicole Sullivan, who is speaking on behalf of RTA. So I believe she gets 5 minutes.
Good evening, board and everybody here. At today's RTA meeting, a motion was made to rename the middle school to Ravenswood Middle School. The motion passed unanimously, and we are recommending that the name be changed to Ravenswood Middle School. On behalf of RTA, thank you.
Thank you for that comment. Are there any more? Is that the only one? And if there are others in the audience who'd like to speak, please fill out a yellow speaker card there to your right, my left. Okay, any other comments? Yeah, I just want to echo the gratitude for the process. I'm having flashbacks to, I believe, 2019 when we were going through something similar, which you presented when we were thinking about the naming or official formal renaming of our middle school and from Ravenswood Middle School to Cesar Chavez Ravenswood Middle School. And all the community input we gathered and this discourse and discussion. And so here we are again. So just really appreciate the transparency of the process, the ways you've communicated with community, and the fact that there's so many inlets, if that's the right use of the word here, for communication and suggestions to us. So yeah, I guess we will see this again. You said next week? And then June?
Next
So,
board
not week, next board meeting. And then I'm looking at the calendar, June 11th for the hearing. And just again, to clearly state it, because last time we were potentially changing the dates of things. So we have a hearing on June 11th. And then, so nothing, or there's also a meeting, a regular meeting on the 18th, or
There
like
is
clear-
a regular meeting on June 18th where we will take action to vote for that.
Okay, so hearing on June 11th, regular board member on the 18th, and regular board meeting on the 18th to take action. Cool, cool. All right, thank you so much. If there are no other comments, we will keep the party rolling and moving and move on to, sorry, item 5B, presentation of form of option and ground lease with the Pacific companies.
Good evening, trustees. Hopefully my audio is working. And I'm really, as I said to the superintendent earlier, regretting the tech department's decision to put giant TVs up in the room for this particular moment. I'm pleased to present two ground leases and form of options tonight. One for hopeful board ratification and one for board review. So both of these are for the, one is for the 2120 Euclid project and the other is for the flood school site project. Both of these leases feel very similar in many ways and are very much aligned with the related to each other and related to the prior agreements that the board has already approved. So the first one here is presenting the option and ground lease with the Pacific companies. For some brief history here, we were unsuccessful in developing site with USA Properties. We then put the project as it was out to bid with the option and ground lease as sort of non-negotiable terms or mildly negotiable terms, with sort of the expectation that somebody would want to pick the project up and bring it to completion, largely as is. We're very pleased to be able to tell you that we were able to find the developer, the Pacific companies, who was willing to do that. We did get interest from a number of developers, and the board was instrumental in helping sort of navigate the choices between the developers here. I'm presenting the option and form of ground lease for the 2120 Euclid project. It is sort of legalese almost identical to the heavily negotiated agreement that the board entered into with USA Properties, which was in turn based on the agreement that we reached with Alliant Properties, Strategic Development, for the flood school site. So largely a contract the board has sort of already blessed. A little bit different about this project is that it is a two-phase project. So unlike the flood park project where it is one ground lease, this one will actually end up with two ground leases, but we're currently in the initial option period, which is the period where they work to get their entitlements, their funding, things of that nature. If that's all successful, we would enter into a formal ground lease with the developer. And it would end up being two ground leases, one for each stage of development. The terms, again, are largely the same. We make a couple adjustments, largely relating to the way that we're adjusting inflation over time. So we tweak that in a way that I think better helps the deal get done. And then there's a couple of other minor tweaks, I would say, in some of the specific language. We are able to get a little bit earlier payment than we were under the other structure as well, which is beneficial to the district. The goal is not to get feedback today, present the documents to the board, but we are not seeking approval today. We're hoping to seek approval at the next board meeting on May 28th, which would kick off that option period. They would then continue to get all of the sort of necessary approvals, entitlements, funding, and then bring back a final form of ground lease for board final approval, similar to the next item that is the Alliant item. With that, I will conclude my presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Eager. Okay, so like he was gonna say something. Board trustees, if you have any comments or questions for Dr. Eager or superintendent, please, now's the time. And then also if there are any speakers who'd like to talk about this item, please feel free to fill out a speaker card. I'll wait. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, it sounds like there's no comments or questions, so thank you. We will see you at the next board meeting.
Yes, one more item.
Oh, you have one more item?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. We'll see this item again at the next board meeting. How about that? All right, so we are going to officially move on to item 6. And these are action items, so we will be voting. And so 6A is a consideration to approve the ground lease with Alliant.
Thank you, trustees, and I'll be brief in this one. Last board meeting, the board reviewed the final ground lease for Alliant Strategic Development. They're fully entitled, fully funded. And again, the ground lease was heavily negotiated with minimal changes to what was initially negotiated and approved by the board, gosh, maybe a year ago. So we didn't receive any feedback from the board over the last week or the last meeting, nor members of the public, so we didn't make any material adjustments and are presenting it here for ratification.
Thank you. Again. Okay, any questions or comments? Any questions or comments about item 6A? And are there any speakers, Trustee Vargas Boom, for this item?
There are no speaker cards for this item.
Thank you so much. Well, then I will take a motion to approve item 6A.
Through the chair, I move to approve item 6A.
Is there a second?
Through the chair, second.
Thank you. All those in favor of approving item 6A, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Aye. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Through the chair, since we approved it, I just want to say I'm excited that we are able to start building over there in Menlo Park and to bring affordable housing units there. We know that it's important that when you make a promise to a community to fulfill that promise. And so I just want to commend our staff that have worked diligently to keep this going, for all of the community members in Menlo Park that voted to make sure that we were able to build this development there in Flood Park or next to Flood Park. I just want to say thank you to all of you and just to saying yes to affordable housing that is for everyone and also is available for teachers and staff and county and people who work in places that they are giving of service to the communities that they are around and part of, and so that they can now live in those communities as well. So I just want to say thank you to the community members. Thank you to our staff who worked really hard on making sure that this happened, and all of the work that went into getting us to this place where we can break ground and start building. So I want to just say congratulations to the city of Menlo Park, congratulations to Ravenswood City School District, and congratulations to all the people who are going to be able to live in those units. So thank you all.
Thank you, trustee Vargas Boom, for that final word. I echo the gratitude. I echo kudos for the process. Good work. All right. We are going to keep it going and move on to item 6B, which is a series of items. I believe a 6B 1 through 6B 36 BBB. I'm seeing the double B and then the B. I see 36 BBA, 36 BBB, but yeah, 36.
36.
Okay, so just 36. So yeah, so this would be any discussion or comments on any of these items. So we will just consider these collectively unless someone, a speaker or board trustees want to consider one or more individually. But again, that would be for items 6B 1 through 36. So any comments on any of these? Any questions about any of these? Are there any comments from the floor? Trustee Vargas Bloom?
We do not have any speaker cards on these items.
Thank you. Well, with that, I will take a motion to approve items 6B 1 through, let's write this down.
36.
6B 36.
For the chair, I move to approve item 6B 1 through 36B.
Do I have a second?
I will second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? No, motion carries 5-0. Thank you so much. Just trying to make sure I actually heard all 5 voices. All right. We are now on item 7, the consent agenda, which earlier we approved the revised agenda, pulling item 7A1, which is the minutes from the regular board meeting held on April 23rd, 2026. I believe trustee Nunez, you were absent that day, yes, is that correct? Okay. So then you'd be abstaining from that vote. So we can consider that one first for approval and then the remaining items on the consent agenda, unless anyone has anything to say about any individual item right now. And are there any speakers for any of these items, trustee?
There are no speakers for any of these items.
Awesome. Thank you. So considering item 7A1, I will take a motion to approve this item.
To the chair, make a motion to approve item 7A1.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
I abstain.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, you're right. So I'm going back, strike that. We have 4 ayes, 0 nays, and are there any abstentions?
Aye.
Thank you, trustee. So motion carries 4-0-1 abstaining. Thank you. Okay, so the rest of the consent agenda, I'm trying to figure out if I actually need to say all this. Nope. So we are now just considering item 7A, the remaining items on the consent agenda. I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the rest of the consent agenda.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
A second.
All those in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. We are making our way through. We are now at item number 8, which is closed session. But before we move into closed session, which, by the way, when we return, it'll just be a few closing items. So if you decide to leave us, it's okay. We've had a beautiful time with you tonight. Please come back again. But before we move into closed session, this is a time where folks can speak about or make comments on or, ask questions about anything that we plan to discuss. So trustee Vargas Bloom, are there any speakers for any items on the closed agenda?
I do not have any speaker cards for a closed agenda.
Thank you so much. With that, it is 7:03 PM and we'll move into closed session. Hello, it is 9:21 PM and we are returning to open session. Here at item 9A. Okay, so agenda item 9B, report of action taken in closed session. For item 8A, discussion was had. There's nothing to report. Then item 8B, we took 2 votes. Action was taken twice. And so for those votes, the count is 4-1, with trustee Latu saying no for the first. And then the second, the count was, or the vote was 4-1, with trustee Latu saying no again, but both those items under 8B being approved. Okay, so on to item C. 8C, discussion was had, no action taken. 8D, discussion was had, no action taken. 8E, discussion was had, no action was taken. And the same for 8F, discussion was had, no action was taken. Okay. On to item, also really quickly need to note that at 8:23 PM, trustee Latu had to leave the meeting, and also at 8:53 PM, trustee Nunez also had to leave. All right, so on to item 9C, consideration to approve board member excused absences, but there were no absences, so we'll keep moving. To item 9D, which is just a report of the remaining regular board meetings for this academic school calendar. So we have one coming up for May 28th, which might be rescheduled due to some unforeseen circumstances. So we will alert the public. We will post it in our usual way. And then following that, we have 2 meetings in June, one for June 11th and one for June 18th at 6 PM, our regularly scheduled time. And with that, we are at 9E adjournment. It is 9:23 PM. Goodbye.